Like what are some of the other like just absolute baseline, we've got to have this data things that you can think of, Zach?
I feel like that's a good start. I mean, think of like when you sign up for a new website, a new service, a new streaming app might be a good one because it's Spotify where you kind of like select music you like and then they personalize that experience. But this is data. It's also called zero party data, which we'll talk about, today as well. But this is this is data that the customer is intentionally and in most cases proactively sharing with you.
Yep. Yeah, that's a really good one. I hadn't thought about the streaming when you sign up for a streaming service, whether it's Spotify or Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever. When you first sign up, they ask you those questions about what it is that you want, so then they can tailor that experience. Well, I guarantee you they're tracking all of that data from when you initially signed up and also kind of watching how that probably changes over time, right? But that type of information is incredibly valuable to be able to personalize that experience to your customer.
Another two examples I can think of is Reddit and Twitter both do that. Who do you want to follow? What subreddit communities do you want to subscribe to? And then they make recommendations off that. I feel like my subreddits are very tech heavy. That's what I'm interested in, obviously. Yeah. But again, my experience from creating that account 10 years ago now, which I think is true actually for Reddit, is tailored based off of all of that information I initially gave in that sign up, and of course how I use the platform today. But it just shows how personalizing that experience. I mean, I've been using Reddit for 10 years now. It's kept me in the loop. Twitter too. I don't know how long I've been using Twitter, or X as it's now called, but that experience continues to adapt based on how I use the platform. Even the notifications I get now are based on, Gabe, you may see some of these as well, accounts you follow. You may also be interested in, John Doe. So there's different notifications like that personalized on your experience.
You know who is terrible at that? At the suggestions of who you should follow? You can take a shot at this.
If you say Threads, I might cry.
Not Threads, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is horrible at making suggestions of who you should follow.